Welcome back to a blustery but at least sunny day here at Andersen Acres. And I wanted to answer a question somebody asked. And that question was, how do I make money from my chickens? Well, hi baby. The short answer is, you don't. You don't make money with your chickens. Because chickens suck. The longer answer is, most of us won't. Okay, most people are not going to make money off of their chickens. They're too cute. We don't really want to part with them. We spend too much money on fun things for them that we really don't need to get. We really don't need to. Why did I buy that for them? No good reason. I just wanted it. So we buy a lot of things we don't need to. We spend too much. Okay. But to be absolutely fair, okay, you can do it. You absolutely can. So if I don't count all the fun things, yeah, I've made a little money. I spend that money on them, but technically I've still made a little money. There are a variety of ways in which you might be able to recoup some of the cost, at least, of your chickens. And one of those ways is by selling their eggs, their farm fresh eggs for eating. This is actually a really popular thing because people want farm fresh eggs. They like knowing that the chickens were well treated. So if you can show your customers that your chickens live a posh lifestyle and they're having a good time, then they might want to buy your eggs. Illegal baby factory over here. You keeping them warm over there, Spot? Nicely done. Anyway, if you want to sell your farm fresh eggs, Lime, we found her. We had about 3 videos in a row where we could not find Lime to save our lives. But there she is. So, if you want to sell the eggs, the farm fresh eating eggs, and you have enough, you might be able to put up a little roadside stand or at least a sign, but you have to check your local regulations. Let's just pop in the barn and see who's who. Yeah, chickens. Nom, nom, nom. They knock their roosting bars down. We don't talk about that. So there are always going to be rules you have to follow. Okay? Always going to be rules you have to follow when you're selling food products. And eggs are food. If you're selling eggs for human consumption, you're selling food. I guarantee your area is going to have some kind of regulations in place for what you can do, how you can sell, how you must sell. So you're going to really want to check. I'm not going to pretend to know the rules everywhere. I just have no idea on a general basis. I know the rules where I am. Many state and local regulations are available online though, so you can look them up. If they're not online, call your county office. They can point you in the right direction. They probably even have the information on hand. So that's good. Don't take anyone's word for it. You want to see it on paper. You want to see it yourself. You don't want to listen to someone who heard from a friend or who sells under the table without telling anybody that they sell. You don't want to get in trouble. You want to see everything written for yourself. Okay? Before you... Oh, there's a chicken over here. You want to see everything written for yourself before you start selling at all. Many areas impose stiff penalties for anyone not following the rules, so make sure you understand what you can and can't do. Let's go this way, see if there's any chickens. We'll check on the quail. Quail are cool. There's a white one outside. Hey, pretty white quail. Where I live, for selling eggs, the rules are very clear. I'm not going to show you Princess Orange. She's eating a mouse. So where I live, the rules are really, really clear. Okay? I can sell my farm fresh eggs. No problem. What's this guy eating? So no problem. Sell my farm fresh eggs all I want. No big deal. But I have to call them farm fresh eggs. I can't call them something else. I can't get clever. I can't advertise extensively. I can do some basic online advertising, but I can't do much more than that. I can't own more than 300 hens, but frankly, what small poultry keeper wants to own more than 300 hens? That's one of our funky ones. Let's see if we can get a closer look without scaring them. Thank you, buddy. That's a great sound. see if we can get her. So I can't own more than 300 hens, which is fine. Not a big deal. She's a pretty one. That's a frizzled silky. She's lovely. Can't wait for her to have eggs in the spring for us to hatch. Anyway, so I can't have more than 300 hens. I can place a sign that says specifically farm fresh eggs available. Okay, I am allowed to do that. Ooh, chickens. I am absolutely allowed to do that. I can put it at the end of my driveway. I can sell to friends, family, and customers at any amounts they like. But I have to make sure my eggs are washed and clean, and they must be stored in the fridge. I know I said in an earlier video that you can either wash your eggs or not, but that's when you keep them for your own consumption. Your laws in your area may be very, very different. Okay? In most of North America, you have to wash and refrigerate eggs before you're allowed to sell them. In Europe, that's very, very different. But if you're in North America, check your local regulations. Because if you're selling unwashed eggs, you actually could get in quite a bit of trouble. All right? There's a couple of babies. Cute babies. Now, I also have to sell eggs in egg cartons, okay? I have to. This is non-negotiable. I can't sell eggs for human consumption in a box. They have to be in cartons. They must be labeled as ungraded, and they must include my name and address, as well as the name of the farm they came from. So we call ourselves Andersen Acres. Our eating eggs have to be labeled that way by law. Oops, sorry. Cartons can only be reused if they're the washable type and they have been washed, or if I'm sending the carton back with the person who I gave it to in the first place. We're not allowed to reuse commercial cartons for eggs intended for human consumption. I keep missing the chickens because I suck. And because I can't reuse eggs, collecting them from other people is kind of silly. Okay, it just doesn't make any sense to collect eggs from other people, to collect cartons from other people, because I can't use them. I can't sell my eggs in those cartons, not legally anyway. And legally matters because where I am, they're on top of you. Okay? I know in many places you can reuse cartons to your heart's content. I can't. Okay? In a lot of places you can reuse cartons as long as you obliterate all previous markings. I can't do that either. So you really have to look up the carton rules in your area. You don't want to get in trouble. That's Ash. He's pretty. So be very, very careful. Carton rules vary a lot, even from county to county. Cartons are the thing that make your eggs look like a professional product. I keep getting distracted by chickens and cats. I have issues. I'm obsessed with chickens and cats. Right, Akosha? Indeed I am. So, your cartons will make or break your product, actually. Because the fancier, the nicer, the neater your cartons are, the more eggs you're going to sell. Farm fresh eggs are a quality product and they deserve quality packaging. Reused cartons from the store don't look very professional. Even if you are allowed to cover the markings with a pen or whiteout or paint, it doesn't look very good. So if you really want to make a little money, get yourself some new unused cartons. You can get them custom printed and you can choose foam, paper, or plastic. If you don't want the cost of custom printed ones, you can get a stamp or just print your own labels. It's actually really easy. You can find label templates for eggs online. Hi guys. That's Bilbo. That's Foghorn 1, I think, and Akosha. I think. I might be wrong. That might be Foghorn 2. I can't tell the difference. Tristan can. Anyway, so there are many sources that you can use for new cartons. Online is actually, there's a leghorn. Online is actually a really great place to start. Check out eggcartons.com or spadeandfeather.com. I'll link to them in the description because they're actually really good sites to get really fun, funky cartons. Okay? There are other online stores as well. Check out Amazon and Etsy. Look around, see what you like, and how much you're willing to spend. Chickens. Buffman! That was actually a really funny thing. Buffman's like, oh my God, Buffman. That was funny. Also, check mail order chick hatcheries. They may have excess cartons you can buy. Also, you might want to check out your local feed store. Mine has tons of fresh cartons. Absolutely a ton of them. Okay, so check out your farm stores. They have them a lot of the times. Not every store does, but a lot of times they do because they know there's a demand. And usually they're cheaper at your local farm store. Lime and Dale, right there. You want to get the ones for a dozen eggs, but also get cartons that hold only 6 eggs. You'd be surprised how many people only want half dozen. So you can charge more per egg. For example, I charge $5 for a dozen farm eggs, which is actually on the cheap side for my area. I charge $3 if you're only buying 6. Because smaller amount, you're going to pay through the nose. That's the way it is. Not everyone needs a full dozen every time, and people who only need 6 are willing to pay a cheaper price to only have 6 and not throw out a bunch of eggs later. Okay? If you want to sell a lot of eggs, you'll need eggs customers want to buy. If the people in your area only want white eggs, you're going to want to get yourself some white layers. Think about some Leghorns. I'm going to go over here and get shots of the horse. But Leghorns or Hamburgs or whatever. Whatever you like that lays white eggs. I like a variety. So I like having eggs that are white. Hi guys. I like eggs that are white, I like eggs that are brown, I like eggs that are blue, and I like eggs that are green. I love opening up my carton and seeing a rainbow of eggs. Not everyone is me. So if you can get a few layers of each color, you might be able to personalize orders for people. That's a nice thing. Why are you guys wasting so much hay? That's why we only give you a little bit of time, because you're buttheads. Pulling the hay out, dropping it on the ground. It's perfectly decent hay. You guys are crazy. That's good hay, guys. Anyway, so if you can personalize the colors of your eggs, that's really good. But you can also offer variety packs or color packs. That actually, around here at least, lets me charge a little bit more. That might be true in your area. You have to check local demand. To make your cartons stand out, consider adding a recipe on the inside of the lid. You might choose an angel food cake, French toast, anything that uses eggs. Even if it's just directions on how to boil an egg. Some people don't even know that. It'll make your carton stand out, will make your customers come back, will make them tell their friends. They'll show them their carton and go, hey, look at this cool recipe. Seriously, I've had people come to buy eggs because somebody showed them the recipe that was on the inside of my carton. It's really weird sometimes. Also remember, don't underprice your eggs. I'm selling at $5 a dozen. I can actually sell for more. I just haven't raised my prices yet. I will. Farm fresh eggs should sell for more than the cheap eggs at the grocery store. And right now, cheap eggs at the grocery store just went up to $5.49 where I am for a dozen cheap eggs. So yeah, I am going to raise my price because it shouldn't be cheaper to get my eggs from chickens that are fantastically cared for and sweet as can be than it should be to get yucky battery hen eggs from chickens that are basically tortured their whole life till they're slaughtered. It's horrible. So yes, I will be raising my prices. There's Sam. So that's just a few tips on what you can do to make some money off of selling farm eggs. Hello, medieval. So look into it, follow your local regulations because that's really important, especially important in areas close to cities where you're definitely going to get caught. So follow the rules. That's my biggest piece of advice for people. Follow the rules. Don't try to be sneaky. Just do what they want you to do so you do not get into trouble later. Okay? You'll be thankful when you're the one who doesn't get shut down. Anyway, that's about it for today here at Andersen Acres. Hopefully you tune in next time, and we will see everyone tomorrow.